on the way to meet El Señor. So, loosely translated into English, that is the man. So, El Señor, the man, welcome to Manchester.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be here? This is the Players' Lounge, by the way, so apparently you'll never be allowed in here after today, they tell me.
I just arrived 10 minutes ago, so
I see you brought the weather with you and all.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you like the rain?
The reason why I came here is for the weather.
Well, have you got a coat with a hood on it?
Yeah, that's
because you're going to need it.
I have to buy it, yeah.
So, it's a new era at the club. We're going to have a new, back to the old badge, and a new manager. Why did you choose to come to City now, and how tough do you think the task is going to be?
I choose Manchester City, but they want me for a long time ago, because Chiqui and Ferran are here, because I know them for a long time. I played with Chiqui, and Ferran was aboard in my first period in Barcelona. And the challenge is play as best as possible. Always will be our titles or our good successful will be consequence in our way we're going to play. And I want to convince these guys to play as best as possible and try the people who, not just Manchester City fans, of course, but the football fans in the world can be proud to see us how we play.
Well, I think all football fans in England anyway will be quite excited that you're coming to the country. And from a personal point of view, if you weren't coming to City, I think we'd all be fascinated about how it was going to play out. But as you're here with us, thank God, it's going to be amazing. But how have you prepared for the English Premier League from afar? Because clearly you've watched it on TV. Have you any preconceptions of how it's going to be?
I don't want to be a preconceptions before. No, I don't know absolutely anything here. I have to learn as much as possible. I have an idea how we are going to play, but I learned in Deutschland, in Germany, in Bayern Munich. So I arrived there with an idea, and after I should
But
change.
did you speak to any of the other managers who've been to England? Because when we read the newspapers, managers that come here from different countries, they quickly become obsessed with the place. And it's funny for us because we're English and this is a football we've all grown up with. But it seems to be that managers from other countries come and they are quickly addicted to the place.
Yeah.
Have you spoke to anybody on that behalf?
They told me it's so hard, so tough, and all the people say Pep is not going to adapt in that culture in that way. So that's why I'm here, to try to do it. So the people have, some of them confident it's going well, but some of them are in Germany as well. The people say the way you play is not be possible here in the Premier League. So, and I said myself, why not? Why we don't travel there to try it? And that's why. So it's a big challenge, not just for me, but I am always in my teams. I was able to involve the players, and it's going to happen here as well. When that's happened, everything will be easy.
Are you ready for the intensity of the league? Because it's not like any other league in the world where there are maybe 1, 2 or 4 teams. This is, as we see it here, it's relentless. It's 7 days a week. The big games, they come thick and fast. You can go 6 games in this league without playing at like a secondary team. And it's going to be like nothing you've experienced before. How are you and your team? I think you're bringing your team from Munich with you. Yeah. How are you going to prepare for the workload even?
No, that is the truth. When you see the statistics in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the Premier League, every team winning, every team, the other ones, but every team lose for the other ones. So it's difficult to find one team for 5, 6 victories in a row. So it's so difficult to find it. And it not happened in one season where Leicester was an amazing surprise for everybody and win the Premier League. It's, I think, for the last years. That is amazing. What I have to do to control that or to avoid that, to not to be able to win in a row or to lose more often than the past. So I don't know. So I never been here before. I never experienced here. So that's why I'm here. So if we are able to win one game, and after 3 days later said, why we cannot win again? And 1 week later, why we cannot try again to win like we did in the last 2 games? That is the reason why I'm here in England, because in Barcelona, in Bayern Munich, in Spain, in Germany, we were able to do that. And maybe the people say, because we were in Barcelona, we were in Bayern Munich. So yeah, that's true. But people say, you will not be able to do that in England. So okay, let's do it. Let's go to try it.
So we're at the City Football Academy, an amazing place. I've only had the chance to look around it a few weeks ago. It's incredible. Some of our younger teams have won their respective leagues, I think, in 3 different age groups now. How involved are you going to get with the academy side? Not so much the first team, but the younger players.
I grew up from maybe the last 20 years, the best academy in the world in Barcelona. So, and when I arrived in the first team, I knew most of the players, for Busquets, for example, or Pedro, or another players. And I think when the talent is the talent, you have the quality, and you have the same enough passion to become something in the world football. With if they show me something, they will be in my hands. It depends on the quality of the players. So you cannot create something. I mean, I'm okay, good trainer, but not good enough when for the players they don't have quality to convince them to play. It depends on their quality. And
will you like to see it with your own eyes, or will you be relying on your team to kind of look at these younger players and kind of see what the academy is going to produce, or would you be going to check out?
First of all, I have to know them, and first of all, in the preseason, all the big talents in the team is going to join us in the preseason, all of them, and after they have to show me how good they are, and after my intuition, okay, he's able or not able, and maybe sometimes I will be right, maybe I will be we can make a mistake, but it depends on them. So I'm not a genius to come here to say, oh, you are not good and now you are good. No, it depends on the quality. But the people told me the academy of Manchester City, in comparison for another places, they are a very, very good talent.
Even the women are pretty good. I mean the football women, by the way. I mean it's of the football team.
Yeah, but they don't have the schedule to.
The centre forward's a Scouser, but we don't hold that against her. That's all right. Now, in the Premier League now, we have, I'd say, if there are 7 top managers in the world, only 2 don't now work in the Premier League, which is Ancelotti and Simeone. So some of the best managers in the world, or all the best managers in the world, are here now. Are you looking forward to the task of locking horns with those guys on a weekly basis, like Klopp and Ranieri and Conte, and there's another guy across the road? Are you looking forward to kind of, locking horns with those on a weekly basis?
But the relation with the other coaches.
I mean, in a football sense.
In a football sense, of course we know each other and the way they play, and but we're going to start. We're going to start to play, and after we're going to meet each other better. And because at the end you have an idea, but you play. It depends on the quality of the players you have, and that is. It's going to happen. So, but normally I have a very good relation with my colleagues, so it's not a problem.
In Manchester, is quickly now going to become the centre of the football universe because of City and United with 2 new coaches, and we have a culture in this country where the press, as well as the football being relentless, I don't know whether you know this, but the press is going to be a relentless day in, day out, and there's going to be prodding and poking from the media, but how do you plan to deal with that? Or do you plan to deal with that, or do you just take that as water off a duck's back, or you're not bothered, or you just concentrate on the football?
No, the managers, when we win and we are happy in that moment, in the right moment, the press conference, we are funny guys and we are comfortable guys with the media. When you lose and the people say boo, in that moment you are angry and you speak not properly, so that is how it is. But I live in Barcelona. In Barcelona, comparing in Deutschland and Munich is completely different. In Barcelona, the people in Madrid is absolutely crazy. So I don't know, but
it can get pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know, but now it's half an hour right here. I never met a press conference here with the English media, so
Right.
we're going to. I'm looking forward, so we're going to see what's going on. But I can survive, so no problem.
And you say that, or we've read that you say that you only really stay anywhere for 3 or 4 years. Do you intend to build a legacy here, or at least
No.
put the foundations in place?
I came to learn.
You come to learn.
Yeah, of course. That's why I move on. I came to learn. It's not I will be still in Barcelona with a huge player.
See, because we hope that you're going to get addicted to the
No.
place and the weather, right, and that you're going to
No.
stay forever. That's what we hope.
Yeah, that's happened to me with the sun. I was boring with the sun, and I decided I'm going to move on where it's
It's fresh here,
everything.
they call it.
Yeah,
It's fresh.
They told me.
It's fresh here.
That's why I have to look for a good apartment to stay all day long there.
I'm sure they'll find you a good apartment. Have you met Sheikh Mansour yet?
Once.
What's he like? Because no one's ever met him.
Uh,
Unbelievably, I've never met him.
I never met him.
Yeah. Is he all right?
He's so shy.
Is he really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you meet him?
I met him once. I met once, and it was okay. But now in the next weeks we have a meeting with him. Yeah.
Is it true that Stuart Pearce, when he was the manager here, turned you down as a player?
I came here, but the other, it was not. It was not.
We're so grateful that you've not held that against us, and that you've deemed to come back and manage us. And so in it.
But I have to say something. Stuart Pearce was right.
Because at that time?
Yeah, definitely. Because I came here for I was 33 or 34 years old. And in that time, like a football player, was definitely a disaster.
Right.
Yeah. And it was so intelligent and not pick me up. My dream in that time was play in the Premier League. Because
do you wish you'd have played in the Premier
League?
Like
a football player, and I came here, so give me no budget. Just okay to stay here. And he offered me half year. Not one complete season. Half year, I have to want the family. I cannot live without them, and at the end we didn't decide. But when you analyze in that moment how it was my physical condition, I think it was the right decision. Don't pick Pep up.
You were ready for management.
Yeah, perfectly, perfectly.
So when you coming towards the end of last season, were you looking at Man City trying desperately to cock up getting in the Champions League and thinking, if they don't get in, what am I going to do? Because we were thinking, if we don't make it to the Champions League, he ain't going to bother coming. Are you a bit worried?
No.
Really?
I prefer. No.
Let's say off camera. He's
no, come on. Yeah, no. I'm going to say so when they are not going to the Champions League. I'm going to Manchester. So I'm not going to stay at home. I have, of course. But we are not in Champions League, you have to be clear.
Yeah, I know, of course, we have to qualify. There's some great teams in there.
You have a previous for the Champions League, but that situation is now in that moment much better than Manchester United, that's true.
And did you, we like to think that you went out of your way to avoid City in the semi-finals of the Champions League. What would it have been like if you'd have had to play us? Would it have been difficult, or would you have just been professional about it, just another game and get it done?
I don't know the players from Manchester City, so I didn't have a relation with...
Have you not met like Silva or any of those guys?
Personally, no. Say hi, but not take a coffee or.
They're amazing.
So it's better like this because you don't have emotional relation. You have to take the decisions easier. But we're going to meet each other. So now I met the captain, Vincent company. So we were talking a little brief and.
Have you met Vinny before? No.
No.
Right. Wow.
No.
Do you have a reputation of being a very intense coach?
Yeah.
But still, we read like when you left Bayern Munich, all the players have only great things to say about you. How do you balance out kind of driving the players on yet still retaining their affection and respect? Is it something that just happens, or is there like a trick that you do? Or
so I don't know. Because I don't know. It's difficult to think about what do you think or what the people think about you. So I don't know. But I think they know I am here 24 hours thinking about them. So I love my job. I love what I do, and they have to know. No, they have to know. They will realize I am here just thinking and working for them. That is
'Cause
maybe the reason why at the end, some of them, because the people doesn't play, they hate me. So that is what it is in all the managers in the world. But normally the people, you know, who try to understand the game or try to know what we do that and not the other, you know, the other situation, they okay, we have a good relation.
Because you know, you read somewhere that I don't know. I think it was a Bayern Munich player. You'd signed the guy, and he turned up at first day training, and you said to him, "Are you ready to play football?" And he said, "Yeah." And you said to him, "No, but are you ready to play football?" That's like Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? That's like a Jedi mind trick. Did you Jedi mind trick him and like confuse him into being a great player? I think he ended up with like the winger Douglas Costa, wasn't it? Like one of the best now.
Yeah, but some of them.
I mean, did you try and get inside players' heads? And
of course, at the end, our job is to convince the other guys, or to convince the guys that is the best way to go to the cross the road. So that is what it is. So the tactic is important, and the trainings and the facilities. But at the end, is what I have to do to convince you. And sometimes, with you, we're going to take a beer in the bar. Maybe it's the best way to convince you.
Convince me of anything.
Yeah. No. But in that way, I think is. I hope you can introduce me the best bars to take a beer here in Manchester.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem.
at all.
Yeah, we do that. The chairman's bar is a pretty good one, isn't it?
And the other ones, maybe talk about the tactic, and the other maybe convince you to don't talk about anything on football. So
it just depends on the player, really.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Okay.
How would you sum up your time in Bayern Munich now, looking back on it, with great success or?
That was amazing, my experience.
Really?
I know for the people it was a big failure because they didn't win the Champions League, but for the other side was the. After that, I said why I took that decision. So it was the best decisions in my life to go there. To go there, yeah.
And
I think in Germany is a.
After the Barca job, you took a year off and went to go and live in America. But there's been no rest period this time. You're straight back into another club. Yeah. Any reason for that, or you feel fresh?
No, I went there to try to improve my not quite high level English. But after I arrived there, after 2 months, I signed a contract for Bayern Munich and I stayed 6 months. I studied 3-4 years ago per year. I studied German, so that's why with my experience in New York, it was a little bit just studying Deutschland. But in that time, I just thinking about. Of course, I was watching Bayern Munich games and.
What was the draw for Bayern? What was the draw to Bayern Munich? Was it because it was such an institution?
Yeah.
Right.
What is the?
What was the draw that brought you to Bayern Munich? Was it?
Why it's so demanding? You have to win and win and win. If not, they kill you and they. Sack you is? Yeah, sack you or fire you? Fire you. My English is much better. And so win, but there's a fantastic club, and especially Bayern Munich in that time period, they have an amazing player with a huge mentality. That at the end that is the big difference in the big clubs for the not big clubs. Change here.
Change the mentality.
Yeah.
Before we get on to the final question. So 3 years from now, when you threaten to leave and we have to tie you to a chair and we won't let you leave, we'll take your passport off you. What does success look like 3 years from now for Manchester City?
Yeah, for the people, for the media is how many titles are you going to win? Okay, you will have success or not success. That is pretty sure. So, but at the end, the title is amazing. You leave the title, and 2 days after, the people say, "What's next?" I think the process is how we'll be comfortable here working with these guys. At the end, my life it depends on that. I will be happy when my relation with them, and when we decide to play in that way, it works. Or it doesn't work. That is at the end. Because I am pretty sure the club will be fantastic, and the people working with, they're going to help me. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Happen in Barcelona, happen in Munich, and it's going to happen here. And of course, we're going to fight every day to live, to win the titles. But especially from the people when after the game, when finish the game, so, oh, man, 90 minutes, it was not bad. I would have preferred to be here and not in the bar. That was a good signal. And after the relation with the people, I think maybe because I am Latin guy, I need to be close to the guys, to hug, to to say I'm gonna kill you, and 5 minutes later to love each other. I think I need that to be happy, and I hope in that 3 years that is going to happen.
Can we talk about music?
Yeah,
I believe you're a Coldplay fan. Is that right?
And James Blunt.
We can. That bit will never.
No,
be
because
on
I
the
read an interview. Listen, I read an interview and I read that you don't like too much this guy, and I thought it was a proper little.
It's not that I don't like him, El Senor.
No.
It's that I hate him. Okay, that's all it is. So you're a Coldplay fan. Do you know that Coldplay are playing at the Etihad next week?
Okay, I thought to move on, or maybe stay this week here.
They're playing next week. Now I've got a friend who's a tickets out.
No, but
the
question is
my quid together. You could get you 2 for 75.
No, Coldplay is playing today in Barcelona. Do you know?
Oh, are they?
No, or tomorrow? Yeah, I think in Barcelona.
Are you going to go back tonight? See them?
No, I'm staying here. But I have a question. Why, for example, the song from in the Cup in Liverpool is "You Never Walk Alone," and here the real song is not your song in Manchester City? Why?
Blue Moon. The real song is Blue Moon.
And I have to learn this song.
You have to learn the song. We don't listen. Us as football supporters.
But when I came here to play, in the halftime in the middle is "Hey Jude."
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
There. It's played a lot.
Yeah. It's a strange.
But the official chant is Blue Moon?
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's become.
Congrats.
It's
Congrats.
not one of mine. They play man at the end. They play man at the end when the team come off, and it was great when you've won. If you don't win, it's not so brilliant. When you came, when you came to England as a manager, you see and the supporters and the stadiums are always full. They say it's an amazing. But what kind of atmosphere are you expecting from the ground from the Etihad?
When I came here with Barcelona and Bayern Munich to play in England in the Champions League. Of course, the atmosphere is the big difference in the rest of the world. That is no doubt about it. I hope they're going to help me, please, our fans.
I can assure you that you'll get an amazing reception. I can assure you with that.
We need, of course, their
look
help,
at, I mean, City
course.
fans are not the most. We don't do the conga up and down the steps. You know what I mean? We're there to watch. No one's going to football to enjoy themselves. We're there to watch the match, but we're loyal. And we supported this club when they were at the lowest of the low, and the attendance has stayed the same. So the loyalty is not in question.
Okay.
But before we finish, if you've got a little message for the fans, just to tell them how brilliant I am, if you like, or to tell them how brilliant it's going to be, and then we'll leave it at that.
Where's the camera? Which camera? This one. So we are here. So we are going to make the first step to help us. So we are going to. I'm pretty sure they are going to be proud about. Our players, they are going to be proud. So they are going to fight. The people don't think about we're going to be a play like in a theater. They are going to fight, and they are going to be proud to be Manchester City fan. So I am pretty sure of that.
El Senor, the man.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Mine too, man. Great.
Pep, probably. During his 12 years at FC Barcelona, Pep's worked with 5 managers who would go on to help shape his future coaching career. And there's a few names